The truth occurs.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. What I want to talk to you about is the changes that the Quebec government Ministry of Education has made when it comes to homeschooling. I'm now in the third year of homeschooling my son Gunnar, and what we'd been doing before was unschooling. And as of this year now, the Ministry of Education basically says you can no longer unschool. They have decided that homeschoolers need to follow the curriculum that they're implementing in actual schools. Like in the last years, just to give you some background, in the last couple of years, they had made a lot of changes. It used to be that if you were homeschooling, it was pretty much your business. But what happened was, to tell you the truth, like, okay, here I'm going to give you the background. There were some Orthodox Jewish families that were not teaching their kids like the stuff that they usually do in schools, like math and whatever. They would go up to about grade 4 and then they would pretty much just teach them Torah. This is what happened, and the Ministry of Education, found out about this, and so they clamped down on homeschooling Quebec. It really had to do with that. So they said, okay, from now on, you have to submit a learning project, and then you have to report on what you're doing. You're going to have a contact person, and at the end, there's going to be an evaluation. It could be through, a kind of exam with a certified person, or it could be a portfolio. So it was like that, it just became more structured. And this is when we came into it, it had to be like that. Which was okay. I mean, although at the end of the year you had to write like a ton of reports. Like it was a huge amount of work for the parents. You had to okay, just to tell you like how crazy it actually was, you had to submit samples of the work. You had to write a whole thing about exactly what you did per subject. And your child was supposed to report on their own progress. Like they had to, for each subject, they had to submit a statement about what they learned. Okay, here's the problem. Some people might think this is reasonable. Here's the problem for me. I have a child with an autistic disorder. I know some of you might be like, oh, well, autistic children can do this, can do that, whatever. I have a friend whose kid is an Aspie. The thing with my son is he has what they call PDA, which stands for pathological demand avoidance. So it's really hard to get him to do anything. I don't think I want to even explain it. I think maybe you should just Google it and find out what this means, PDA. So obviously the progress with learning is very, very slow around here. And it's not realistic to expect me to be able to keep him up with the curriculum, because nobody could do it. Let's be realistic. Like the schools couldn't do it. He was in like 5 or 6 schools. Oh, yes, actually, if there was a whole institutional environment, a whole team of people who were specially trained with dealing with this kind of behavior, implementing it, then I don't know if he'd be doing quite as much as most people, but yeah, they could get him to do more. But let's be realistic, it's just me here at home. And even in the schools, they couldn't get him to do it. Only the institutional school. So this puts an enormous amount of pressure on me. I have to now get the books from the school. Still haven't done it. We're in November. I hope you don't think I'm just complaining here. I'm telling you this to let you know what we parents here are dealing with in Quebec. If you're living somewhere where you have the right to homeschool, why shouldn't you have the right to homeschool? Your child has a right to an education, but you as his parent should be able to decide how you implement that education, how you give him that education. And I feel like just because some people neglected their children's education, now they're treating us all like we're potential criminals. That's why I'm making this video. Because it's most people were doing everything just fine. There was no problem. Homeschoolers were high achievers in general. Everything is going fine. But just because a few people neglected their children's education, now we all are being forced into this very restrictive mode of educating our kids. And let's not forget, a lot of people are homeschooling their kids because their kids are like mine. They have special needs. that no school could meet. The schools couldn't do the job. So the kid is back at home with mom, such as in our case. And so now you want me to do a job that no school could do. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I think they should be happy that he's with me and he's learning something. Anyhow, I'm not happy with it. They are supposed to now do exams, like ministry exams at grade 6 and grade 10 and 11. So we're in grade 7, so there's no exam this year. But I just feel like there's a huge amount of pressure on me just to let you know, like, also, you know, I work, since I'm not, like, you know, making lots of money on the internet. I do work, you know, in my other profession as a home care worker. I'm working and, you know, life keeps happening. Like, let me show you something. This is the kind of thing that you should probably never tell people. I told you this video is going to be rambly, though. I'm just going to put it up. Look at my living room. You see that? You see all that stuff all over here? You know why? It's not because I have a hoarding problem. It's because they're spraying the building for roaches. I had to empty my whole kitchen again. I work for like 12 hours. There's one good thing, though, which I want to tell you about. Where is that thing? Okay. See this? My viewer, Dan, see, he knows I have rabbits. I have 4 rabbits. Look, I'll show you. Oh, there's Mo. Yeah, the rabbits make a lot of mess. Look how cute he is, though. He's so floppy. And these guys. Look how cute they are. Plus, I have another one. Anyway, Dan, my viewer, he knows that I have rabbits. And, you know, rabbits have smells, right? So, anyway, he contacted me. He asked me if I want to try this, his purifier pouch. He's like a professional carpet cleaner with purifierpouch.com. Anyway, he wanted to offer me one of these for free. Samples, you know, to test it out, to review it. I'm going to do like a whole review at some point, but I just want to tell you. So this thing, okay, it's like this silver pouch, right? And then inside there is this. It's like little rocks with like a chlorine dioxide stuff in there. And you just take it and, you know, you just put it up, whoops, like on a shelf somewhere. And the moisture in the air activates it, and it releases something that neutralizes odors. Well, this is what he told me. He's like, try this thing, it'll get rid of the rabbit smells. So I put it up on my shelf, and like overnight, there was no more smell. I'm telling you this because like, it's huge, you know, when, as you see, my life is hectic, it's busy, I have tons of cleaning to do, like all the time. And with the rabbits, it's like no matter how much I clean, I always have smells. You know, so I'm gonna have like the Ministry of Education coming in my house and being like, you know, like, or the social worker, like, ugh, like, smells like rabbits. Anyway, so I got this pouch and I tried it out and it completely neutralized the odor. I'm not kidding. Neutralized. Apparently the way that it works is it kills viruses, bacteria, mold, and fungus in the air. Like little particles around, like the smell, like from your gym socks or your rabbits, is from bacteria and stuff, you know? So it neutralizes the bacteria, so it neutralizes the smell. That's the good news for me. I've got something that's helping, I mean, that helps me save time. Like, seriously. I was really happy Dan sent me the sample. It's working super well. So I wanted to tell you guys about it. I'm gonna leave you guys a link if you're interested. Go check out the link. And if you order through the link, you're gonna get 15% off. And no shipping and handling, even if you're in Canada. So that was the good news for me and maybe for you. And other than that, yeah, look at this. Stuff like this happens. You know how much time I spent? Like, not to complain, but you know how much time it takes to like take your whole kitchen and bathroom apart to deal with something like you know, your landlord sending the exterminator. I mean, I'm really busy, right? I'm working. My mother has dementia. So I'm spending a lot of time with my mother. I'm dealing with that. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Oh, wait, I want to show you one more thing, though. This, check it out. Just behold the glory for a second. I inherited this chandelier. Oh wait, one of the lights is burnt out. Isn't it beautiful though? Look, let me show you the effect when you look in there. Sorry, my room's a mess, of course. Isn't that beautiful though? This belonged to my father. He'd had it for a really long time. Apparently this thing is quite old. It's not from his family, but it's old, whatever it is, you know. And anyway, it's mine now, so you know that's the good news. That and the fact that my apartment smells, you know, no more rabbit smell. So anyhow, that's the news about the Ministry of Education. Oh man, like you know, I wanted this video to be short, but I'm realizing now I could have like said like a whole bunch of other stuff about that, such as that, you know, if this is how it's going to be, and if I can't make this work, like he's going to have to go back to school. I don't really want to. I mean, I want him to be with other kids, obviously, and like to do, you know, some things that he can't do at home, but you know, like get more exercise. But there's a reason why he's homeschooled. We tried and we couldn't make it work, and this went on for years. Like there's trauma now. He's got trauma from being in school because he was abused by the school staff. And actually I found out, like the woman that he said was kicking him, I found out that she was abusing other kids and other staff. Because another staff member told me that she was like bullying and abusing staff even. And this staff member had witnessed her bullying other kids. And so she tried to make a complaint, and the school board said she had to file as thick as a phone book already before that other teacher gave her name. They already knew who she was talking about. They're like, oh yeah, she's been suspended before. But you know, unions, so they can't fire her. She's back now. I mean, really. So when he said she was kicking him, like, I believe him now. And she was just one of the problems. Anyway, with the history like that, it's not just so easy to just put him back in school. Like, we'd really have to find a place where they'll have the patience to deal with this level of demand avoidance. Google it. Because I feel like he's on the border. Like, it could sort of smooth itself out and he could just develop into like a well-adjusted person, or it could really tip and he could be very not well-adjusted, you know. It could be even dangerous, I think, for him and other people, you know, if it's not handled right. Anyway, that's it. I just want to give you an update, and yeah, check out the link for the purifier pouch. And thanks for your support on Patreon. Thanks for listening to me. God bless you guys, and I'll see you next time.